Dun 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 dun.
3, 2, 1, and action. On That Zed podcast, we have today a guest we've been, I should say we've been fighting to have for the longest time. And I'll come to that in a minute. Remember, this episode is brought to you by BETLION, and I'm sure that'll be very obvious with the branding you're going to be seeing on the screen throughout this episode. Thanks a lot to BETLION for the sponsorship, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of them going forward on That Zed podcast. Getting to this episode, I did say we've been fighting to get this man on the podcast for the longest time. Why have you eluded us for so long? You've been so hard to get.
I'm not hard to get, bro.
You're behaving like a pretty chick.
Like, I needed the name to work. The long time. I wouldn't be called
Nez. It had to be a long process to get you on the podcast.
They don't call me Nez Long for nothing.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you were telling me behind the scenes why the name Long, Nez Long.
The name Nez Long. It's got a funny story behind it, eh?
Yeah.
So, growing up, you know, Pajache, Wambo, Nkala, Wambo Kula Kula Che, Choka Mukabudo, in my junior secondary school. I became like very tall and I was very tiny, you know, and I was in boarding school. I was at Chongwe High School at the time. So there was like a bunch of guys around the school who used to call me Long, and I hated it. I hated it so bad.
And there's something about a nickname that you don't like. That sticks.
Yeah, I hated it. And then, you know, it used to piss me off so bad. Like if somebody calls me that, it's either we'll end up in a fight or it's gonna end up bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there was a time, I think I got pissed off by, I think that was like a grade 12 prefect when I was in grade 9, I think. He called me that. And I think I was having a bad day. And I took him down.
This is in high school.
Junior secondary school.
Junior secondary school.
Yes. And then I was someone that at the administration, given a CP, you know, sent out of school. I went home, I explained everything to my mom, and she was like, okay, I understand you. I also don't like people who mess with me or what, but you need to control yourself. You're in school, not everybody likes you, and some people are going to come at you like this and like that. And I was like, you know, everybody in school knew that I don't like that name. Why did that guy just come at me like that?
Wait a minute. You knock somebody out and all your mom says, I understand.
Yes.
Yes, I understand.
Yes, she understood me. And then she told me,
wow.
Next time, she told me, she actually had to break it down.
Yeah.
You know that Long is not actually a bad name. I actually thought through, okay, it's not a bad name. So when somebody calls you Long, just say, yeah, what's up? Yeah, just accept it. And people won't have anything to use against you. Unless if they called you worse, if they're insulting your parents, that should piss you off and make you feel some type of way. But the fact that they're just calling you Long, and it's just like, you're becoming a very long human being, so you should accept the name.
Usually people get nicknames like Tolo, and you got Long.
Long, bro.
I wonder what else they knew about you for them to give you that name.
I was just a long human being, bro. And at the time, I was just, I was already playing basketball. I was actually part of the school team already. Yeah, so that's how I adopted the name. And then it became a cool name that I used around the basketball circles. And up to now.
Dude, that's how... Are both your parents still alive?
Only my dad. My mom is late.
Oh, sad, man.
Yeah, she passed on in 2018. Yeah, 2018.
That's sad. May she rest in peace, man. You know, I'm trying to find out if both your parents are around because judging by, especially the way you've described your mom, you beat somebody up. And she doesn't make any fuss about it. Like my mom, I think, would have spanked me first and given me a lecture afterwards. But in junior high school, she wasn't spanking me still.
Bro,
Yeah.
my mom was savage.
Tell us about it.
I was shocked. You know, okay, I've always been a daredevil. Like whenever something like that happens, I'm the type of person who believes, okay, something is gone wrong. Let's go and face it. We can't run away. Let's go and face it.
Yeah.
You know, ever since I was young, if I'm in trouble at home and then my cousins are even afraid of going back home, I'll be like, yo, the longer time we spend out here, the worse we're making it. Let's just go in there. If we're going to get an ass whooping, let's go get it.
And this is like what time? 3 a.m.?
Yeah. No. Like, you know, you get home late, 21, 22 back.
Oh, crap, because you're young then.
Yeah, you know. So let's go. Let's go get it. Let's go face it. We get it out of the way. We move on quickly, you know. So when that situation happened, I was like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. You know. So I went home and like I was in shock. She just talked. She spoke to me. Mom never used to do that.
And you would listen.
When she said that, I listened. Back in the day, she would have to, you know, go the savage way. And
yeah, because when you said she was a savage, I think maybe she would break a chair on your head when you come back home late and things like that. Like a wrestler, you made her sound like she was a beast.
She was a military person. She was with ZAF. So you know how I know some military children that have been raised soft. For me, we were soldiers in the house.
Remember that phrase in Bembat, "Imbo ya mukarita ikaripa," and you've said that your mom was a savage, and she would spank. Use the most
spank your soul.
Use the most forceful ways of instilling discipline in you guys, and yet I wouldn't. At first glance, I wouldn't quite think that you were raised in a home that even had a military parent.
Okay, I won't lie to you. Besides my mom being a savage, I was like her sweetheart. You know what I mean? I would get punishment, but not as bad as the rest of everybody.
You're like pastor's children.
But pastor's children? Anyway, I'm not supposed to say much.
What?
I ain't gonna say much. Why is it that when I'm a pastor, I'm a bet? 0 to 100. She looks like a pastor's.
The way I figure it out, she looks like a pastor's child. Oh crap! By the way, speaking of her, she's the manager of this place we're at right now. This place is called Tony Montana, named after the character Tony Montana in the movie Scarface. And I'm sure you can see from the branding in the back, "The world is yours." He actually had a globe in his house with the words "The world is yours" above it. The globe. Was it glass? It's a metallic globe of the world, and with the words "The world is yours," which is what we have here as Tony Montana. If you're looking for a good place to chill in Ibex Hill, this is the place to be.
I'm actually a regular here.
I was told when they heard you're coming over, they're like, "Oh, this is home for him." He's actually turning into furniture in this place.
This is my living room, bro.
Yeah. So it's on First Street in Ibex Hill and
Ibex Hub.
It's called Ibex Hub.
Yeah.
Where Choppies is. And if you're looking for a good place to chill in Ibex Hill or in Lusaka in general, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
We're talking about pastor's children. What do you think is the logic behind that? In my opinion, I feel like God's favorite are also the devil's favorite.
Yeah. It could be. But honestly speaking, I've never come to think like in depth of what really goes on in the nurturing of pastor's children. Because there's no way. Once Mangarache vet, Mangarache South. You know what I mean? I have a couple of friends, but not to condemn them. I feel like every child needs to go through like we all need to go through like a natural way of growing up. We need to get into trouble. We need to go through all those things.
Yeah.
But I feel like because vatate vake wa pastor, because vatate vake wa deacon, because mamaye vake wa shan, we always look at their problems. Say, you're not allowed to do this because your parents are like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing with, I'll give an example of artists.
Right.
You know, whenever I am seen drunk at a public place, and everybody would just go like, or maybe I'm seen with a chiguza somewhere, problem musician, what. Guys, there's people who have other jobs who do worse. But because mine...
Give us examples, bro.
Because my job is in the public eye.
Yeah.
My job is in the public eye. Definitely.
What are you saying about lawyers, though?
Lawyers? I've got a good history with lawyers. They made me a lot of money, so I don't like to speak about their faults.
Yeah.
I just love to speak about their nice hair.
No, because you mentioned saying there are other professions that people misbehave as well, but because they're not in the public eye, when they're found doing anything bad, nobody will really point them out. Like they would point out you, who's a musician. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, I know I don't know to lawyers. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I know a couple of them too, but I mean, I don't judge. Because I get criticized all the time. I get jabs all the time. So I go like, bro, you're okay. It's only that you do it and I don't, and I get crucified with
because you're the famous one in the equation.
Exactly.
Bro, speaking of being crucified and doing crazy things, you're one person that we look up to as, I think there's no better term to describe you than party animal. And then you shocked me today. I'm offering you a drink and you say no, you're off alcohol. What's that about? Because we know you as one person who...
No, I accepted a drink. I accepted water.
You accepted water, yeah.
Water is a drink.
Yeah, but you refused alcohol.
No, but you know what? One thing.
Yeah.
When I want to drink, I go all the way, bro. I don't play around.
And you were telling me you're off alcohol now.
Yeah, just for a bit.
It's just a short break, not permanently.
Hopefully I can permanently just stay away. But for now, we are cleansing.
But what's the break about though?
Well, I just got back to workout. I had been away from workout for I think close to a year. The end of last year was a little bit rough for me here and there, and I needed to put a couple of things in place in my life,
Right.
So I stayed away from the gym. I had to put in more hours in work, hustling, music. I was all over the place. And then getting into closing the last year, I was in an accident. I crashed on my way to Nyimba. Some reckless driver just hit the back of my car.
I was about to think you were the one at fault.
No.
And I was about to... I was
You're about to judge me?
Yeah.
Well...
I mean, you are Daddy Long, the party animal, so I was thinking maybe there was alcohol in the equation as well.
No, bro. I was just fatigued. But still, I wasn't even the one in the wrong. It's a situation where I was driving. I was so slow. Imagine driving on the highway and you are driving comfortable enough to even have your windows down.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like, all my people were like busy. They had traveled out of town. And I was like, let me just take this drive alone. I'll drive. It's like a short distance. So I was just taking it easy on my way to Nyimba, Eastern Province. And then, like, and then, like, some reckless guy in like a short stretch where you can't actually overtake.
Yeah.
Overtook a truck with like a big Hino truck. You know what I mean? And then after overtaking, he took too long to like come to like overtake and come to the front of the truck. So I actually leaned off the road. I like got off the road a little bit so that I give him more space to drive through.
Right.
So as I was like in the edge of the road, as he was joining the front of the truck, his car kind of swerved and hit the back of my car. And then the car just started spinning, bro. Not overturning, like just spinning, like on the road. Well, I'm an adrenaline junkie, I won't lie. So I tried to control it. Road Eastern Province, like a small drainage and then it's like a
cliff. Yeah.
So I dragged it. It was taking me towards the cliff. And I dragged it towards the small drainage. You know what I mean? That's where it went and hit. That's why I injured my shoulder and my ankle.
You're right.
Because that's the side where the car hit. Like bang! Flew off the drainage and like stopped in the middle of the road. Bro, I got out. The first thing I looked for was my chicken. I bought chicken, bro. Ninagula nkuku boy. Nagula tijaga.
You're in a car crash. Instead of checking your body first? Am I in perfect health? Am I all together?
I bought like a bucket of chicken. Nenze kudia pangono, taking my time.
This
you
guy.
know?
Yeah.
Taking my time. And then the next thing I realized is like, like the sauce is splashed all over in the car.
Yeah.
And I started looking for it, like, where are the pieces? Because it was raining outside. I was like, I'm not coming out of this car. It's raining.
You know what any other human being would have done? Check yourself first. Check the car.
Bro, chicken, protein, bro. I was like, this is Akira and Kukuzanga. I checked around.
Yeah.
Pa. So as I leaned like this side, I noticed my phone looking dusty. I was like, so there's so much dust in the car after it bangs. My phone was dusty. Everything was just, the car was dusty. So I was like, I cleaned this car before I left. Where did all this dust come from? Guys, money don't mamutoko.
Under the mats and the crevices between the doors and everything.
I was like, anyway, at least the rains are reduced. Let me walk out of the car. I tried to step out. First, I could feel my leg feeling funny, but it wasn't that painful. My shoulder was really bad.
Right.
Yeah, so I stepped out, went to the front of the car. I was like, anyway, things have happened. I just took a photo. I called the promoter. I was like, bro, I was like 15 minutes away from Nyimba. Like from where I was heading to. 15 minutes away. I called him, yo, bro, I've had an accident here, blah, 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 blah. But are you okay? Are you sure? Come through and check. They came through, they helped me out. They got a security guy to watch over the car. And then they asked me, actually, before they brought the security guy, they asked me, are you going to be able to perform? I was like, Nabwana gani za tukukulika balance ukandra. Era na pressure. Bro.
Yeah.
And I was that boy. Jet PTD is the chance. I perform. So I took a photo of the car. I sent it to my friends. I sent the photos to my sister and whatnot. And then I sent it to my sister. She panicked. Hey, are you okay? Blah 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 blah. Ish. It's like I alarmed people. I was chilled.
Yeah.
And then the moment everybody just started worrying, I was like, oh snap. This is serious.
I think that's when it sort of becomes real to you. And this is why usually guys don't tell people when they're sick.
Exactly.
And find themselves in such situations because you don't want all that sympathy coming your way again.
And
you know what I mean?
I'm one person who doesn't like unnecessary attention.
I don't like unnecessary attention. I don't like unnecessary sympathy, especially when in fact you can have a simple thing like I don't know, malaria. Well, malaria is not too simple. Maybe like a headache that's keeping you in bed. You know what I mean?
Or maybe you're just deep in thoughts, and then people think you're not okay.
And the next thing, the whole village is calling you.
Exactly, bro.
I don't like that. That's why which is why nurses say men will die men usually die more than the women because you men, when you have anything wrong with you, you don't want to tell anybody.
Yeah, we want to.
But let me suffer on my own.
It's quite a bad habit that. As men, we have. I feel like we need to open up a little bit more. Okay, even you people who show concern, take it easy on us as well.
Yeah, don't call me every hour.
I know you're worried, but I'm also. You think I want to die?
If it's mothers, man, especially the African mother.
Guys,
wewe
situation yaso opeza zebet bachusana mipando pa nyumba
Anyway, dude, so you get to the shop?
So I get there, like, the guys are like, are you sure you're going to manage? I was like, yeah. At the back of my head, I'm like, yo, I have problems now. Because actually, I just hired the car.
Oh, crap. This is not even your car.
Nope. I hired the car. So I was like, yo, just get somebody to watch over the car. Let's go. So they brought a guard who watched over the car. And then we went to Nyimba town. While I was there, I prepared myself. Hey, I even jabbed myself with a chivodka. I went for the countdown. I went in. And then I had to post and announce that I am still coming for the show because a lot of people had heard in Nyimba that I actually had to post.
The small town thing. You used to have us fast, yeah.
So they heard that I actually had an accident on the way. So they were like, obviously, as a buena. So I had to post and tell them, yo, it was like this and like this and like this, and I'm still coming through. After posting, worse, the attention that that everybody wanted to give me. My phone was blowing up. I had to switch off my phone. I went through, did my show. I think amongst all my solo shows, that was like one of my biggest.
In Nyimba?
Yes.
Do you think maybe the accident had anything to do with the turnout?
No, I don't think so. But also just when people are curious to say, is it really okay?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it was an accident that got more people curious to come and see if you're okay.
Yeah, it did because people were just curious to see. When was an accident? Is it really okay?
Will he perform?
Yes, but my shoulder was really bad,
Yeah.
and then while I was dancing on stage is when actually my ankle reacted. But I just kept it gangster, like, let's finish this. We got this.
Let me be Daddy Long.
Yeah, So I went through, managed. I finished off my performance. I told the guys, I think I'm not okay, so I need to go and rest. We already did I did my scans, I did my X-rays, everything was intact. It was just minor, dislocations and whatnot. So I went to rest. The following day, Dismo calls me up and he's like, yo, I'm actually driving from Petauke. Where are you? Like, no, you'll find me at this lodge. He came, he picked me up. Shout out to Dismo. Real one, that dude.
Yeah.
He picked me up. He gave me a lift from that side to Lusaka. So I just left the car there and then I got it on a truck the following day, came to Lusaka. Yeah.
That was some experience, man. Now,
Wow.
Speaking of your performances and your music, I can't think of any song done by Nez Long that's mid-tempo. Is this like something that you've chosen just, party music?
The thing is, you party a lot.
You party a lot.
You.
Me?
Yes, you.
When last did you see me out anyway?
No, you don't need to be out to party.
Okay, I party at home.
You
On
see?
YouTube.
You see? So the thing is, some of my biggest songs, most of my biggest songs are like party music, and I guess
you can't say most. It's all of your songs.
that's why I'm saying. The thing is,
All of your songs are party
you
music.
party a lot.
Give an example of a song that's just chilled that you've done.
There's a song I did that I dedicated to my mom.
Yeah, maybe that
Helen's
one song.
song.
Maybe that one song, yeah. But that 0.001% of your catalog.
But I have quite a whole lot of emotional, diverse, away from the club type of music in that I've been working on. Because I have been working on an album, but I just wanted to do a whole lot of recording. You know what I mean? And then when I feel like I'm happy now with everything I've put together,
Right.
then I can announce a date and whatnot. But for now, we're gonna party.
Because when I think about Nez Long, the first songs that come to mind, Van Damme, Palanga Shit.
Yeah.
And all of these songs, you have people twerking, and there's a lot of twerking,
Bro.
and there's a lot of twerking.
No,
Yeah.
twerking. They twerk.
You don't watch your own videos?
No. I thought that it's normal for women to just dance and feel nice.
Yeah.
I didn't consider it to be the only thing that you've actually seen. Yeah, you don't see them happy. How do they look when you look at them?
They're very happy, yeah.
They're very happy. Their
But
faces,
I'm sure you are happier.
their booty, like the fabric on their booty is like nice. The fabric is smiling.
You see, when you mention booty, another song comes to mind. What's that song again? Mommy, why are you humble with so much booty?
Humble.
Yeah. Is there a video for that song?
Yeah, there is.
Ish, I'm so behind the Zambian music, bro. I need to catch up. But I hear your song. And you know where I get your songs mostly? There's a time I had a problem with my, I think the problem is still there actually. The stereo in my car.
Yeah.
So the software has gone haywire.
Yeah.
So I'm failing to connect the car stereo to my modulator.
Yeah.
So what I do on long drives, you've seen those guys in Kapiri who sell CDs?
Yeah.
All those are the biggest pirates in Zambia, bro.
Yeah.
If you guys need to arrest anybody pirating your music right now, go by the filling station in Kapiri.
But here's the ones that sell CDs are not bad.
They're your
There's
friends.
the people that are stealing, that are actually distributing our music on these online platforms are the ones that are stealing more compared to those.
Are you sure?
Yeah. There's a bunch of people that are actually getting people's content and uploading it on behalf of them, and they're actually getting they're actually getting paid for that.
Oh yeah, no, but they're both stealing from you, because all of your songs have I think in the past 1 or 2 years, any song I've consumed from you is from the guys in Kapiri.
Also, I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Back in the day, before the streams were an in thing here in Zambia, there was a time we had to pay people who pirate music to list us in those CDs. That was a strategy that we used to market music as well. So I won't lie. I would let a person who's doing that get away with it.
Okay.
Only if I notice that, you're making a little bit too much back.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
We
It's too
need
much
to
money.
talk.
So, but if somebody out there is earning a living off like just compiling a bunch of singles, bro.
But you're talking about, approaching those who are making too much money off your music. Who have you approached so far, like in the recent past?
Well, nobody's been able to make too much money off my music except myself. Because I made sure I locked all those things. I always make sure before I upload a song anywhere, it's it's guarded by my distributor.
But this must be a very good time to be an artist because you guys are able to rake in not only from CD sales, CDs, we can't even talk about CD sales anymore, but the online platforms, are they paying you more than what artists back in the day would make from CDs?
I would say back in the day, looking at how much money it was then, it was a lot of money.
Yeah, we're talking millions back in the day. Before rebasing, yeah.
Yeah, you have Supershine distributing your music.
Yes.
When they sell, they will sell.
And you really had to have a major hit song to enjoy money
Exactly.
from Supershine, man.
Yeah. They will sell. You get the hard cash, and
But what was it a lot, really?
if you look at it now,
Supershine. Yeah.
no, it was reasonable money for the industry at the time. It was reasonable money. I know a couple of odd cats that actually made some good bucks off that.
That's what I'm saying. Your song had to be really big back in the day to enjoy money from Supershine.
True.
You know what I mean? Because I know they're doing the printing, the publishing, distribution for you. So
they also have to get a cut. It's the nature of business.
not get a cut. They give you what they think you're worth.
So-
or they feel they can give you.
Which was their cut.
You were getting a cut of your own art.
Okay, if you want to do it alone, why weren't they doing it by themselves?
Yeah, that's the
Bro,
other thing again. You couldn't do it on your own, yeah.
So even if I set up a business like that at that time, if you feel you can do it by yourself, go and do it. I'll work with somebody who wants to work with me. For me, it's a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you look at it that way,
So
yeah,
if they
true.
possibly exploited a couple of artists here and there, I expect those artists to have learned from that and be inspired to grow into owning such businesses by now.
Yeah. But you guys are enjoying the fruits of your labor more now because there's so many streaming platforms that you're making money off of, right?
Well, yeah, but we're still getting there. We're still growing because we're not in a monetized region. You know what I mean? If you are in a region like in these developed countries, just a few streams will make you more money than streams here.
Funny you mentioned we're not in a monetized environment. Elson and I were, by the way, why isn't Elson here? Elson had to leave town for a little bit. And we've been trying to...
I think Elson was just scared of me. That dude scared.
We were trying to have schedules matching with my busy issues, Elson's busy issues, Nez Long's busy issues. So it just so happens that Nez Long is free today. Elson is not. But anyway, the party had to go on. What was I talking about again? Well, Elson and I were talking to somebody from YouTube this afternoon, and we're telling them we're not able to monetize our YouTube channel because YouTube is not monetized in Zambia. So we had to go through somebody in the UK who opened an account for us in the UK. And what did they say? No. It's monetized. We're actually monetizing for 2 people in Zambia, they say.
Okay.
Actually not YouTube. A company from South Africa that Elson and I were talking to this afternoon from South Africa. They say in Zambia, they are monetizing YouTube and making considerable amounts for Yo Maps and Chandana K. So they were surprised, like, why are you saying Zambia's not monetized? They monetized Zambia a long time ago.
I haven't done that research recently,
Right.
But I've been working with an international distributor.
Great. Okay.
You know what I mean? So they're in a region that is monetized. So whatever
We spoke to somebody, and that lady, I think, was either in South Africa or US today. From her accent, I couldn't tell.
Exactly
She
my
said,
point.
no, Zambia is very monetized. You guys are able to make money off YouTube
So
now.
what I'm trying to say is you're able to make if maybe possibly a distributor or maybe you're on a platform that is not Zambian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just monetize off like directly. You go to your YouTube and then
And you can withdraw your money from there.
nope. You need a tune call. You need
A third party of some sort.
exactly, which is not Zambian.
Man, looking forward to that day when you can just click, the money comes in.
Time will come. Already, if we can have initiatives that have been made to say maybe there's like a distributor that you use.
Yeah.
At least we are able to make something of those streams. They get a certain percentage, but you walk away with something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can't be having millions of views and then the only thing you have to show for is an artwork and the thank you to the people. Sad, bruh.
At least you have a Ford Ranger to show for it, bro. About that. I remember it was Bobby East who actually posted you and your Ford Ranger that day. The comments though, it's almost as if people in Zambia don't expect an artist to excel in life to a level where they can afford things like you and Bobby East, Mikey 2, Sheffy, and a few others are enjoying right now.
That's where the problem is. That's where the problem is. And then, sometimes people might feel like when you post something, you're just showing off and whatnot. Bro.
Weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
It was actually Bobby used to post it anyway.
No, I posted it.
Oh, you posted it? Oh, then he reposted it. Oh, yeah, I saw it from him.
But he posted it first because there was a day I was cleaning the back.
Yeah.
And then he took a photo of me shirtless in the yard. I was like, damn. Yeah, so he put it on his WhatsApp status. The photo kind of went around because, contacts. But the day I posted it, the internet went wild. And then there was even some people who were claiming I'm a Satanist. Guys,
are we so poor financially and mentally, the poverty mindset? I think what they want to know is how did you afford the Ford Ranger then?
Guys, if you go online and you look through some of these cars, well, mine is expensive, but they're not so expensive, bro. You want a Ford Ranger? They're not so expensive.
Here's the logic that most were using. They look at the car and the value they have in their mind, and then they think, this guy's not even Zambia's top artist. How much is he really making from the gigs and, the streams to afford this thing?
That's where the problem comes in.
Yeah.
Bro, sometimes I go a month with one show, sometimes no show. It's how I have decided I am going to make money. I love money, bro.
So how are you making your money?
I make my money through a lot of things. The problem is when I talk about some of these things, last time I showed Rack on social media, I was followed around and I was in trouble. But we're not going to go to that.
Mutalimwanza said the same thing, saying...
So for now, I would rather just show the fruits of my labor. Honestly speaking, I've done a lot of... I may not be like the top, like the biggest artist in Zambia,
right,
but neither am I the smallest.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? I know where I am and I make sure I use what I have to make my money.
Where would you rank yourself right now in the industry?
Where would I rank myself? Bro, I have a very huge ego. To me, I'm the best.
I got ego like an old bicycle.
Thank you. Personally. That's just me. That's how I look at myself. I don't like to look at myself as second to anybody.
Wait, but when you say nobody can beat you musically in Zambia, are we talking number of hits? Are we talking lyrical content? Are we talking number of videos? What metric are you using?
That I do not decide. It's not up to me to decide. It's the people who listen. For me, at what I do, the way I do my music, my style, me as Nez, I'm the best at what I do. I've seen a couple of people who have tried to do what I do.
Like who?
You know what I mean? No, I don't mention names.
Okay.
Free ads. No.
I respect that.
I've seen a couple of people that have actually tried to imitate the sound and, well, almost like a few of my biggest songs have always birthed a new sound in Zambia. You know what I mean?
Like what song?
Let's take, for instance, the time I dropped Van Damme. The whole industry switched.
Oh, shit. Dude, the other day, I can't remember the title of the song. I've got the CD in the car because that's what I'm listening to nowadays. I've got the CD in the car. And when we leave, there's a song. I can't remember the name of the artist. The beat is exactly Van Damme.
So
why?
besides just somebody sampling it to the core like that,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of, and I'm not condemning anybody for doing that, bro. I listen to music, I get inspired, I go and work on it. Sometimes it sounds like what inspired me, and it's okay. You know what I mean? I'm not condemning any of those people, but what I'm trying to say is I'm one person who knows what I want out of the song. You know what I mean? Not all my songs have turned out to be like number one in Zambia, but I have got a good catalog of number one hits, you know? And every time I drop something, there's always like a trail of other people who try to do the same thing. And, you know, I don't blame them. I'm a trendsetter.
You're such a trendsetter that almost every song that I know from you ends up trending on TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is why I say Nez Long produces twerk music.
Party music. No, you just party a lot.
It's twerk music.
You just party too much, bro. I get compliments about my other music. Yeah, it's just you who parties too
I don't
much.
know the other music, maybe. I need to...
I thank people like you, though.
What? What?
Because I wouldn't be known for twerk music if people like you are not listening to it.
But look at it this way. If I go to TikTok and I'm scrolling, right?
Yeah.
And every time it's a Nez Long song that comes up, it's a girl twerking her ass off. Scroll 3 videos down, a girl twerking her ass off to another Nez Long song. In my head, tell me what I'm going to think about your music.
I don't know what you're going to think because I'm not the one twerking in the video. So, what you think is what you decide to think it is. For me, I just make happy music. And then, babantu bamvera chemushe cha that chinyimbo cha wama, let me shake some booty. Avina mwana wavene. And then because wamutamba iwe wabona mizira yana nilengeza. No, I'm responsible for their happiness, but not how they express it.
It's not the gun that kills people, it's the people behind the gun, or the person behind the gun. All you do is supply the gun.
No, I just I manufacture it without bullets.
You know the other thing that quite shocks me about social media when I think about your music and I see a girl twerking her ass off like that to your music, and then the following day you hear a girl say, or you ask, she posts about, or you hear discussions, girls talking about a boyfriend just using them for sex, and I think the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about such conversations is you've been marketing yourself, or should I say, posting you twerking your ass off on social media, and when somebody approaches you just for sex, you say he's a bad guy. But what message have you been transmitting with your posts? You know what I mean?
Okay, so
I'm not blaming you though.
No, I'm not saying you're blaming me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think for
a girl who does such.
The girl who does such. First and foremost, I love those girls. I love their courage.
Girls who say he just used me for sex?
No, the ones that twerk.
Right.
The ones that twerk.
We
I love those girls. I love how confident they are.
Yeah.
It's people express their happiness in different ways. You know what I mean? Sometimes some people just want to feel good about themselves. They want to show off their body because probably they have gone through like a little bit of body shaming, and then sometimes it goes to an extent where some people are looking for acceptance on social media. People are going through a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We do a lot of different things on social media just to find comfort. You know? So there is a girl out there who is just having fun and enjoying her life on social media, twerking and, and then definitely that is what almost every dude wants to look at. Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah, but
But if she ends up in a situation where a guy just uses her for, she should know what she wants as well as she gets into any type of relationship or.
The way I look at it, what we post on social media, whatever I put out on my, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, it's personal branding.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm putting out is sending a message to people out there as to
vouchers.
exactly. You're sending a message either way with whatever you're posting. This is who I am. You know what I mean? If I'm always posting myself twerking, I'm sending a message to people out there.
I know a couple of people who do a lot of that and are extremely they are
opposite of what they post on social media. Yeah, but then you've branded yourself that way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You've branded yourself that way.
So like I said, people go through a lot of things. Some people, you'll find that if we go... I can give an example. There's a friend of mine who said, I don't put out some things because I might be a president one day. You know what I mean?
I've met quite a number of people who say that, yeah.
So here's the situation where there is some people who are in high offices right now who did some crazy things and had crazy scandals back in the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? That to an extent whereby if that stuff came back, it would injure their reputation a little bit. People will question them like, so how did you end up here? But I feel like the process of growth, like I was saying again, process of growth, guys.
Yeah.
What's as chinga? It's better chewa end up on social media, our twerking, our go through all the crazy things. Do all the crazy things.
Go through the whole phase.
Yes, you need to go through the whole phase.
And I mean like whole phase.
You need to go through every process of your life. Once ukachinga, they are grown, but they just don't want to grow up. They want to act like kids. You know what I mean? Elderly people who never took time to go and play. Guys, it's important to play. There's two things involved in playing. It's either it will help you grow when you decide, I think it's time to change, or it will stick with you forever. And then it will actually eventually just, you will lose it. You know? But I pray that everybody who goes through a process of, growth, crosses that level and then maturing into somebody responsible. I don't think I'll one day look at the life that I actually led even when I was in Matero, bro.
We know about that life.
I would never regret that. I appreciate each and everything. Even some of the things that some things that I do even now. I don't think I will look at them
10 years from now.
Yeah, and say, I'll be proud that I actually took the time to live my life.
And you went through it.
I went through it. I encourage everybody out there, but just be careful. Just don't die while you're trying to do it.
Yeah, true, man.
You know what I mean? Enjoy your life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people are going through a lot of things. Social media, sometimes we look at it from where we are. But if you look at what makes somebody do that, you don't understand. Some people just maybe in their family they are not accepted. They feel some type of way. So when they pick up their phone and they're doing all sorts of crazy things and whatnot, that's how they sometimes comfort themselves. I'm not saying it's bad if it ends up, if you turn out to be a person who's not responsible in society.
Or a junkie, yeah.
Exactly.
Or
it's
a
bad.
hoe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like all these processes is things that we need to go through.
True.
We need to go through them.
Dude. And then recently, I don't know if you guys planned it as a marketing strategy to get your song out there. Xaven, you posted saying she's leaked the song. Before I even ask the next question, did you guys plan it that way to just promote the song, or
Honestly speaking,
what's the title of that song again?
Born Again.
That's the title of that song.
Yeah, it's Born Again. It's like
the one way you're talking about Mwembo Amwen. What's that line again? Crap, it eludes me. What's that line way?
Yeah. It's an Molombe.
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah.
No, we didn't plan to leak it. Because I would say it's been a long time ever since I ever put out a song without a music video. That song, I was forced to just put it out without a music video because she had been complaining about it. Because like I told you, I work on a lot of music and I've been compiling the music like, I feel like I'll put it out when the time is right.
Right.
And I was actually planning to shoot a music video. And she was like, no, this song has to go out now. And then I think that day we were doing some errands together. We were shooting some stuff together. And then I think I stopped over to get some. It was not planned. I stopped over. They said they needed drinks. I was like, guys, why can't we send her manager to get the drinks. I'm tired and
Right.
I don't want attention from anybody when I walk out of the car. So they were like, no, just go and get blah, 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 blah. And okay, I stepped out. I walked back in the car and I find they're playing the song on a live.
Oh, crap. Instagram Live.
Facebook Live.
Wow.
So it's not like she put out a song like that. She just played it on a live. And then, well, the response...
Somebody was recording the live.
Well, the response that the song got, I decided, just as well, because sometimes I don't like my music, like giving hints before I'm ready to put it out. So I actually fell into a little bit of panic on how I'm going to have to just put out this song.
Because the response was overwhelming after that, right?
So I just decided,
And I mean, you can't shout at Bay now, can you?
Yeah,
Are you guys still together though?
Yeah.
Serious? Last week we had an episode with VGZ, and he was talking about his lady who he was with for quite considerable amount of time. She dumped him recently, and he went into depression, sort of, and he released an album off that emotion. One of the reasons he gave for her leaving him was that she was not quite understanding of the industry that he's in. He gets a lot of attention from the females, and and the girlfriend was getting hearing a lot of rumors.
Exactly.
That for me sort of begged the question, like in your case, does Nez Long date Xaven because they're both in the industry and they understand each other because they're both in the industry, and it sort of works out because, you understand your partner is in the same industry.
It's actually crazy.
Is that the logic that you guys used when starting your relationship, and is that what's kept it going?
No.
Yeah.
She's just somebody I liked when we met. It had nothing to do with her music. I knew, besides the fact that she was a fan. Besides that.
And you were not a fan of hers?
I'm a huge fan, bro.
So
I'm a huge fan.
So why are you throwing her under the bus right now?
No, I'm not throwing her under the bus. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to...
You're fans of each other.
Yes, we're fans of each other.
Yeah.
So I liked her style, but I liked her as a person more. You know what I mean? Her art is something that is a cherry on the cake. Yes, it contributes to understanding each other, but it can also be very toxic because there's always a situation where you're always looking over your shoulder like, I know what this business comes with, the type of attention, So I know a lot of people that are in this business that have actually settled for people who are not in
the industry,
and they made sure they found somebody who understands them, that they are artists and whatnot, and they keep their lives private, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So for me, I do not let situations decide what my heart wants. You know what I mean? If I feel I'm comfortable, I'm happy here, goddamn, I'm going to stay right there.
So I'm trying to take you back to the beginnings of your relationship. So you've been seeing her releasing music, or how did you even get to, start talking? Where did this whole thing start from?
We met at the show. That was I think 20... It was a crossover. Yeah, on New Year's countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we met... We were staying in the same hotel. We then met at the show. I introduced myself. Yo, what's up? We talked for a little bit, and then I didn't get her number then.
You had to introduce yourself.
It's only polite. Just because I'm...
Oh, right. No. I'm trying to understand the time period when this happened. Is it the period where you still had to introduce yourself, or...
Yeah, the time... I didn't have to introduce myself. But, I mean, I don't
just out of being polite.
Yes, I wouldn't approach anybody and say, you know me. I don't do that.
No, I know what you mean. I just want to understand the time period. Okay, when was this?
Especially when...
Which New Year's Day was this?
I think that was 2020 to 2021.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah, so
you may proceed, sir.
So we talked. We never exchanged numbers. And then we stayed back in Kitwe for a day or two because, the promoters there decided to hold us back there. We were chilling. I had to get her number from a friend of hers. I was like, yo, hook me up. Give me the number. So we became friends. We were friends for quite a while. Yeah, we were friends for quite a while. And, well, as time went by, interests were,
Like, hey, friend.
Her friend.
I can't be in this zone forever, friend.
Do you still want to be my friend? Or you're also tired?
Nah, fam. You didn't use those words.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so, but basically, at the end of the day, I feel like relationships about having somebody who you are happy with.
I don't think you use those words because relationships nowadays start after, what we've been friends and we kiss. I don't think you had that conversation. You already passed that kissing and other things before the relationship started officially.
Yeah, well, my Zivachi. Yeah. But basically, this relationships is about you find somebody who makes you happy. Even when you kiss or something happens before you get into a relationship, happiness can also either. Whether it's temporal or it's permanent. There's people who just fall in love of just like a situation. Eventually, in a more stable relationship than people who actually use the formal way. Hey, shan. It's happiness, bro. It's what makes you happy.
And she makes you happy.
Yep.
That's the important thing, bro. And then again, I think we discussed this with, anyway, let me not talk about the Mumpy episode, which we haven't put up before people start, attacking us all over again over that episode. But we spoke about, relationships where you're dating a famous girl. And let's look at this way. You've already said you don't make that much money. And you said even the Ford Ranger you bought was not that expensive. So my understanding is you're not a very rich guy. And then you're dating somebody who's, on stage, on screen, she's exposed, she's out there. I'm not saying she's all over the place in that sense, but she's all over the place, if you know what I mean. Yeah. She's meeting high profile people. She's a pretty woman. I have to give you that.
Yeah.
And you know that. There's people approaching her, people with far more things than you own. You know what I mean? Doesn't that intimidate you in any way?
No, bro.
Tell us about it, bro.
It doesn't. Because I'm confident about how she feels about me.
Eat show. Yeah, horn.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a bad looking guy. And I choose her. Don't you think people approach me with a whole lot of things?
That's the thing. That's the thing. The pressure with your relationship.
Exactly my point.
You are a tall, handsome guy. No homo. I can only imagine what your DM looks like right now. And I can only imagine what her DM looks like right now.
Exactly. So it's at the end of the day, it's how much confidence you have in your person.
Do you guys go through each other's phones?
Nope.
You don't?
No, we're not trying to be brand ambassadors for paracetamol. Unnecessary headaches.
Panado.
Let me go and look for a headache. I would rather get a headache of work, of walking in the heat or something. Yeah. No situations that I know, bro. Even an innocent text will trigger some issues in these relationships.
Yeah.
So I feel like the confidence should be enough. If she's happy with me, she should be confident enough to say, oh, this dude is doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's going to be times when I err here and there, I fall short, but that don't mean...
at
the end of the day, it's the confidence that you have.
To err is human.
Exactly.
To forgive is divine. Not dollar.
But sometimes footy, but not that.
Dude, I'm only thinking of the pressure that you two have, not necessarily have to go through, but do go through. You've got gigs in Nyimba, Chipata, you come back. Last time we were supposed to have this interview, you were in Livingston, and you were not with her. So I'm just trying to imagine the kind of pressures that you two have.
It's the confidence you have in your person that you have to lean on at the end of the day.
Do you think you guys are getting married anytime soon?
I pray so.
You do pray so?
Yeah.
I can only imagine what kind of kids you guys have.
Oof.
When you have kids.
Bad.
Yeah, you've got 2 kids.
Yeah.
From 2 other chicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That response is like, you shouldn't have asked that.
No, I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
I want like I told you.
Yeah.
There's no part of my life that I'm not proud of. Even if I would say, if I could turn back the hands of time, I would do things differently. The reason why I am who I am is because I went through that.
Every experience shapes you.
Exactly.
And makes you stronger, especially if it's bad experiences, yeah.
True. So I do not regret anything.
So
like my firstborn daughter is 10 years old.
10?
Yep.
Yeah, Bali, you say? I see where the daddy comes from. Or is it Zaddy? I don't know which daddy you talk about when you're doing your music.
Daddy for the kids.
And
then
Zaddy?
The Zaddy for the ladies.
Zaddy Long, yeah.
Zaddy for the ladies, yeah. So, yeah, my firstborn daughter is 10 years old.
10, okay.
Yeah, my secondborn is 4 years old.
Why do I get a feeling it's a girl as well?
No.
It's a boy.
Mandem.
Demandem.
Mandem.
Oh, crap. Was it you who posted chills with your son? No, it was you actually. A very light-skinned boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did say chills with a boy. I think that was about 2 weeks ago when you posted him, yeah.
Yeah. That's my G right there. That's my best friend.
Are you molding this guy to be like you? Or would you like him to be like you?
I would love that he turns out like me.
To be a rapper?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Look at me.
I mean, good 4 wheels, good neighborhood.
I'm a successful rapper. So why wouldn't he be? But I just hope he can make better decisions than I made growing up. Though it's not up to me to decide what he does that process. Like I said, people need to enjoy their process. They need to mess up. They need to fix themselves. All that is a process. Is a part of growth. You know what I mean? My responsibility is to be a father that raises a good child.
How does Xaven take your 2 kids? You having 2 kids?
She loves it.
She loves them?
Yeah, she's accepted them.
That's good, man.
Quite well. She's somebody who I know if I leave her with my kids, they're in very good hands.
This girl really loves you, man. I mean, she's taken more than just you in her life, so yeah.
Yeah, I come with a lot. I've come with quite a lot.
A lot of baggage.
I come with quite a lot, I'm a handful.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, there's days that I just don't want to be anywhere around my kids or around anybody. I want to be by myself.
What causes such days in your life?
Sometimes I feel like I need to bury my head into work, and I just want to be away from my kids. I want to be away from any sort of love. I want to locate the gangster me. You know what I mean?
Dig deep and bring him out.
Yeah, I want to go back to Matero, bro. I just want to feel like I'm right there.
Matero in Lusaka is like Chimwemwe in Kitwe. Like almost every big name artist I know in Lusaka grew up in Matero. It's like there's just a factory that, manufactures artists in Matero.
Yeah.
What do you think what do you think? What do you think? What's that one thing that's in Matero that you think breeds a lot of artists from that one neighborhood, especially?
I feel like it's just a place where there's like a lot of ambitious people. Yeah, because away from even just artists, if you look around, even these in workspaces, yeah, if you ask quite a lot of people who are very influential and are tough,
right?
Like the people who want to go getters, if I may put it that way. Most of them you will not go. You won't talk to like 10 and not find at least 3 or 4 from Matero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Matero is an environment that grooms people to be hustlers. Some is for the wrong reasons. It's possibly you just want to show off to a girl. At the time, you start off your ambitions. Sometimes you just want to get high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's for the wrong reasons, but eventually you just find yourself in a situation where you go like, okay, if I hustle like this to better my life, what would be the turnout? And then you go like, okay, let me try hustling to better my life. So some people get stuck at the level of just hustling for vices. Some are motivated by the fact that they need to raise maybe their parent, they're taking care of their parents, or maybe they had kids at an early age. We had my daughter when I was 22, bro. And she's 10 years old now. So there's all those things. You start to think, I need to raise this kid in a very good environment. You know what I mean? I don't come from a rich background, but my mother made sure that I went to the best schools. I had the best life. You know what I mean? And I vowed that I'm not going to subject my kids to anything less. So it's some of those things that drive us, you know? So you find yourself maybe doing an activity that looks, people, when they look at what you're doing, they feel like, and whatnot.
Yeah.
But because you believe.
Yeah, and that for me that begs the question as well. Like when somebody looks at you like, you know, that kind of thing.
But because
no Zambian parent is gonna plan or accept that the child is getting into music. How did your soldier mom and your dad? What did your dad do, by the way?
my dad was
what does he do?
He is a tech guy.
He's a tech guy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll take that. So a tech guy, and your mom is in the army, was in the army.
Zaf.
Well, same thing, pretty much. And I'm looking at two very serious people. And I'm thinking they didn't imagine you living the life you live today. I'm sure they planned on you being a lawyer of some sort. You're a smart guy.
Yeah,
How do they take what you're doing now? And what do they plan for you?
Well,
what do they want you to be?
Unfortunately, the time I actually got to where I am, my mom was not here to see it. But the first year I actually had my first biggest song is the year that I lost my mom. So I went through a lot. I was depressed and I was running away from that. And I found myself overworking, pushing my song and pushing my art.
Right.
You know what I mean? Running away from that space I was in. And somehow it worked out, you know, but I was always running away. I was always pushing my art. I was working all the time because I didn't want to be in a space where I'm depressed, I'm thinking and I'm going through all that stuff. But it caught up with me.
Yeah.
2019, I wasn't even able to get creative. I think that was like the worst year of my career. 2019, it was towards the end of 2019 that I actually picked myself up and I accepted the situation and I got back into the studio and I was able to record and do all that. But I went through like a really, really hard time. You know, I went through a really hard time. I was very close to my mom.
You are, I think, proof of what I saw this morning about the CIA and what, you know, they get taught in training in the first year. They were talking about how in the first year of CIA training, like, you know, secret agents and whatever, they teach them that the most successful people have some childhood trauma somewhere in their past that is going to make them really successful in life. A lot of really successful people. And I'm thinking this holds true because what you've just shared, I think proves that.
I think that's kind of true, but there's also people who are just strong-willed. Besides,
I said the majority of people who succeed in life have a lot of childhood trauma, and it sort of pushes them to prove to other people that they can do this, or they're trying to run away from something and they end up succeeding in the process.
Yeah. It's only that sometimes when it catches up with you, it gets you to a point where now you have everything and then you feel like you have nothing. Yeah. So you still need to deal with it. You need along the way, as you are hustling, as you are pushing towards something, you need to make time and deal with whatever it is that you're running away from.
Let me. Okay. All right.
You still need to find time to make sure you create time to just deal with your issues. If you don't, you will be so successful. And then at some point you feel lonely. That's where I feel like some sportsmen end up losing it along the way because you dedicate your life to running, working out, doing all these things. Yeah. And then one day you have it all. You're the biggest guy. What next? You know what I
You
mean?
start looking for the next high.
Yes.
What will give you that dopamine effect again? So you resort to
Exactly.
drugs now because they make you
Drugs,
happy for a
exactly.
short period, though.
Yeah, you resort to drugs, you resort to all this, a lot of things, you know what I mean? And then because you have it all, it's almost like it even gets to your head like there's nothing that I can't have, there's nothing that I can't do, and I have everything, like it's always gonna be there. So I feel like along the way, even as you are running away from something, in your hard work, in whatever you're dealing with, make time to face your demons. You know what I mean? Face your demons while you're still working hard. The moment you ignore all that stuff, it's gonna have like a long, messed up effect on your life.
That's dope, man. That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
And then there's a friendship between you and Bobby East. You guys have a friendship that's it's more than friendship. It's
That's my brother.
it's brotherhood. It's
Brother.
It's almost
My
blood.
brother.
It's I mean, if you needed to hide the body, Bobby East would help you hide that body. You know what I mean? The friendship is that close.
No, you hide it even before I decide to hide.
He would do it for you.
Yes.
That's my point. Have you guys been friends from the material days or you just met in the industry?
In the industry, but material days. Industry in material.
All right.
Yeah, so we come a long way. We've been friends for over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And I must say, it's not just me and Bobby. There's like two other guys, but they're not. You know Walker. There's also Kapambo. I believe you've met all these people.
Walker is another guy who would bury a dead body for you. You know, 3 weeks ago, we were supposed to have this guy on the podcast. Phone goes off, we're in the middle of a conversation, he's telling us, no, we'll be there by 15. Then nothing is happening. Walker gave me a story and a half just to protect your ass. That's another guy who'd bury a dead body for
That's
you.
exactly what he got to do.
Walker, he protected you. He came up with some elaborate story defending you. And we won't discover later in the day that you're not even in Lusaka, you're in Livingston. But the story he gave me, though.
But well, that's what he's supposed to do.
You are surrounded by brothers.
Exactly. I feel that's, you know, I have friends away from these guys. You're my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's a certain friendship that I share with my circle to an extent where I feel like everybody needs this type of people. You need your circle to look out for you like this, to come through for you like this. You know what I mean? You need those people who, you know, these ones who take a bullet
Any day.
you know, any day. Yeah, and for me, these guys have always held me down. You know, even at the time when I felt like, okay, maybe my family doesn't understand what I really want to do, how much I love music and whatnot. These people became my family. We all have a similar story around our families to an extent whereby we just grouped up and said, yo, let's go and work. Let's go and try to make this thing work.
You know, it's a lonely place. I was actually sharing this with someone this morning. It's a lonely place when you have a vision. There's a little voice speaking to you about your purpose in life. And nobody but you can understand what that voice is saying inside of you, apart from you.
Only
so
you.
when you say you want to get into music, like when I said I wanted to get into DJing, and I knew I was going to make a success out of it, nobody else can see that.
Exactly.
So I know exactly the lonely place that you guys were in, the whole crop of you that decided to just go a different direction from what your parents wanted you to do.
True.
Yeah.
But what we actually worked towards is actually, even with what we decided to go and do, we made sure we made them proud. You know what I mean?
True.
We made
Same here. Yeah.
Right now, if wherever my mom is, I'm sure she's smiling in her grave.
Yeah, I know,
You
man.
know what I mean?
Now-
She knew how stubborn I was. She knew I was gonna make it, but she just thought, she never saw where this music was going.
My mom
But at the same
really
time,
wanted me to do school, bro.
The biggest paycheck I got in this business. First big paycheck.
How much was it?
Bro, it was 800 kwacha. She gave me the job.
Wow.
My mom recruited a team of young people.
Yeah.
We used to live somewhere. At the time she retired from ZAF, we used to stay somewhere in Luansha, the farmhouses.
In Luansha?
Yeah.
That town in the fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, so outside Luansha town,
Yeah.
as you're approaching Luansha, outside the fence, that's where we used to live. My mom started like a small cooperative and whatnot. And then when she heard that I was so eager about this music thing, she went and recruited like a bunch of youths and told them, I want to do an album for you guys. Okay? Why? Because she wanted to give me a job.
Oh, create an opportunity for you.
Yes. Why?
smart,
Here's
though.
the thing. I told her, okay, cool. Send those people to Lusaka. I'm a producer, by the way. So at the time, I had a small studio in like a one-room house in Materia. And I was like, oh, send them to Lusaka. We can have them lodged somewhere, and then they'll be working from here. They'll be coming. She's like, no. The reason why I want you to come here. So she created that opportunity for me to go and make some rack and to go spend some time, at least like a week or two at the farm.
Wow. Smart.
Because I was so stubborn about. I never wanted to go back to my parents' house. I was like, no, I want to go and do my own thing.
Let me explore.
Let
on
me
my
explore.
Own, yeah.
2 weeks after my grade 12 exam, bro, is when I actually moved out of my parents' house. And I never went back.
Wow. The courage. The balls.
It was a loving home. But it's like, I've got a problem for too much love.
Wow.
Not now. Yeah, I want people to love me. But, sometimes I just felt like her love was limiting me. You know what I mean? She was just, it was just keeping my energy here. So I was like, Mom, I love you, but I gotta go. I'll visit you sometime. Every time I had pressure, once in a while, I'll go and visit her, stay there for a week, unwind, and then just go back to work. And then once in a while, even when she notices I'm too quiet, she knows maybe something is wrong with this boy. Sending like a money like this. Thank you. Just like that. Until I just found my own base.
That's really interesting, man. Mothers, though. You know how my mom found out that I was a DJ? Times of Zambia.
Oh, yeah?
She's flipping through the newspaper, entertainment page. There I am. There I am. With who? DJ Busy Wheezy.
Wow.
There was a DJ's contest in Kitwe. Really big DJ's contest.
Was it one of those Sprite DJs?
Yes, one of those. And I snuck out of the house around 21 hours. You know where you're just waiting? You can see the light in your parents' bedroom under the door. I'm just waiting for the lights to go off. Boom! And I opened my bedroom window, snuck out, went, DJ'd. I was number 2. DJ Busy Wizzy was number 1.
Yeah.
I was number 2. I'm given the prize, the prize money and all. Sneak back, open the window, close the window, sleep. Wake up in the morning like nothing happened. Monday morning, lo and behold, entertainment page.
Yeah.
Big ass picture. DJ's contest. Hey, dude. I think I had like you remember that Sony Ericsson with the antenna? Phone rings. 2007. And this I'm seeing in the paper on Saturday night.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it took a time for her to accept that this is what I wanted to do. And like I said, that voice that a lot of us who go the other way listen to.
Yeah.
I always advise people, look, when that voice speaks to you, man, just listen. Because usually when you go the other direction, you'll be fighting demons that you're not even aware how they came into your path. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like there's a whole lot of people also who have that. But also maybe, I feel like the way my mom handled my situation is something that I would encourage most parents to do.
She supported you. Yeah.
She didn't like what I was doing.
But she supported it still.
But still she supported me. And never discouraged me. She would just be there. She would question me like, oh, son, I
used to get the same.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, it's like a buena. Okay, it didn't do that. One day. Imagine that paycheck, the 800 kwacha was the first big paycheck. When she paid me that money, I bought her airtime for 100 kwacha. And I told you, remember I told you I'll give you money when the time is right. Like the money did come from her.
I think for me, sort of just like to prove a point, I bought her a car recently. Just said, look, this is...
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Go to the internet, choose a car, I'm going to buy it for you. And I bought my mom a car. And
that's amazing.
It just feels nice, man. So
I feel like if my mom was alive, she'd be like one of the most.
She'd be driving a Ford Ranger as well.
Obviously, even
Come
bigger.
on. I mean,
Hey, she did the most.
dude, do people know that the album you and Bobby East released was actually inspired by porn?
Who told you that?
Look at me exposing myself.
What you been watching, bro? So
This website,
which you
you know, I
visit
saw-
frequently.
No. Dude,
Tell me about it. I don't know. I don't
tell
know
me
it.
about
I don't know. I never heard of it.
You know, when I saw the album art for Banger Bros, I'm like, wow, the artwork, the color on the logo for the album, I'm like, this is smart, bro. This is smart. Banger Bros.
Yeah, basically, Banger Bros was about every time we collaborated with Bobby.
You had a banger.
We had a banger.
Right.
So what are we? Banger Bros. Not that website that you refer
You couldn't call yourselves the Hitmakers?
Yeah, but we make bangers. You know, everybody calls themselves hit makers. But whenever we drop, we bang.
Wait,
so
let me go to that website. And then we'll bring out the artwork from your album. And we're going to see a lot of similarities in the logo, aren't we?
so
About that.
wait a minute. So you even know how the logo looks like?
Bro. Every guy when growing up experiences things, and clearly you brothers are still being inspired by.
We've been making bangers, bro.
All
We've been
right.
bang bang. We've been making bangers, bro. You know, so we the Banger Bros.
Bang Bros should be very proud of you guys. I mean, let's talk about things that every boy goes through when, you know, you hit that stage in your life. Puberty kicks in, you start exploring, you start hearing things, and people start sharing things with you as well, and you get excited, and you end up on these websites.
I'm really glad you actually brought that up. I feel like there's a lot of people that in our parenting, you have a son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like let's take them through these things. You know? Because even the process of growth, that's puberty and kaja is a part where I feel like an adult male figure is very necessary in a man's world. Even in a female, like you need to have that person. You know what I mean? They tell you everything. They take you through. If you're masturbating and doing all that stuff, you know the outcome. Yeah. You know? And then they train you and you learn to train your mind to say you don't become addicted to some of those things. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And porn addiction is real, so.
Very real, bro. Very real. And it slows down your productivity. You know, it slows down your productivity. I've watched porn before, you know.
Back from Bang Bros?
Yeah, but
glad we admit.
Here's the thing. Yeah. From all these things, it's the curiosity you want to. Why do people like have sex like this, like that, like that? And it's because it's the mind programming that happens during that process that might get you in a space where you do nothing but just feel like that's the only thing to do in life.
I really feel that the biggest downside to porn, though, is as a guy watching porn, you sort of start having expectations from your woman, which is very unfair.
True.
Especially if you continue it through adulthood. You sort of expect what you see in porn
to be done by every woman you
or your woman.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys are still watching porn in marriage, and you sort of expect your woman to behave like that lady you see in the porn. And it's so unfair on your woman because that's an actress in that professional porn star. And you're now putting pressure on your wife who can't do those things.
Exactly. And then
unfair.
ukangenera moyo umatamba bora unkala ukondema bantu yote bro why mendo tamanga yo ero ufuna mkazi wako chaima back sam why sendo wini sama Zambia ndiwe dakate guys palast shan kulanda kwa lianguka.
It's so unfair, man. It's so unfair. But dude, you're speaking about, being a father to a son and all that. Doesn't it, in this day and age, I'm sure it even makes you feel good when you see signs of your son liking a girl. You know what I mean? With so much influence from Netflix, there's a lesbian or gay couple. In almost every movie or TV series that's coming out of Netflix, there's going to be that one scene that just, shakes you.
That's why I want my son to be like me.
What are you like, bro?
I like my women, bro. I like my women. And I love the fact that the boy is a charmer, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I wonder where he gets it from.
He knows how to take care of women.
I wonder where he gets it from.
If there's a woman around him, he'll pamper. You know what I mean?
Serious, huh?
Yeah. I love how he's gonna grow into a very good man.
And daughters as well, yeah?
With like they say, if you put it to say, when you see that character in
it sort of makes you ordinarily you should be worried, but in this day and age it makes you feel good.
Yeah, it will make you feel you should be happy.
Yeah.
But in most cases, not that I'm trying to excuse anybody who does otherwise. I must say a lot of people go through things, bro. They go through things that just make them turn around. At the end of the day, what you turn out to be is entirely you. You know what I mean? Because at every point of your life, there's always something that has to bring about your conviction, regardless of how bad your situation, your growth has been. There has to be something that has to turn you around and make you realize, okay, what I'm doing is not right. So I kind of understand some people, but at the end of the day, if this is what makes you happy, go do it.
Do you?
Yeah, do you. Be happy. Just don't die trying to be happy.
True. Yeah. Kids are growing so fast. My daughter, the old, I've got two daughters. The older one is 6. The younger one is 4.
Okay.
And the older one, the other day, I find in her bedroom talking, they've got so many dolls in their bedroom and she's playing with this doll, putting makeup on it and whatever. And she says, Daddy, I want to do my nails and, my eyelashes and I want to have a pedicure. So I'm laughing at all this. And she asks me, Daddy, I want to do my eyelashes because I want to look nice. What do boys like? Eish, man. And then in that moment, I asked for clarity, what do you mean, what do boys like? Like, you like nails and, doing your nails and your eyelashes. Yeah. Do you mean, what do boys like doing as well? Like, do you like doing the nails? No. What do boys like? What should I do? I'm like...
It's crazy.
She's 6.
So...
Why is she worried about what boys like? What is she hearing where she is, wherever she...
Bro, you remember that sneaking out on the window you used to do?
It's coming back.
It's your turn. Deal with it.
And I hope my kids never get to watch this episode, eh?
Guys, me sometimes some things that I just actually hear, I go like, okay, have I grown this much? Like, is this really happening? Is this, am I really experiencing this? Am I getting the same trouble I put my parents through? You know what I mean?
Karma is a biatch.
It's our turn.
But the worst form of karma. Imagine, we were grown men now. We've been through so much.
Yeah. And we're still growing, bro.
You did say there's mistakes that you've made in your life before. There's whole phases. There's player phases.
Yeah.
And karma being a bitch. Does that ever scare you? Like, maybe will this come out on my daughter one day?
I believe in karma, but I believe...
Like, would you allow your daughter to date a guy like you when you were 20?
Yes, actually. When I was 20, I was a very good guy.
So when did it flip? When did it trip?
After my first heartbreak.
That's like, 24, 25?
24, yeah.
So would you allow your daughter, when she's of age, to date a guy like you when you were 24?
No. But if she meets that nigga,
As karma most likely will.
yes,
Push for her to meet that nigga.
let her go through the process.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I went through all these things. It's not like I was a bad guy throughout the time. I went through some things that I wasn't responsible for. Was it my parents' karma?
That's a question now, yeah. Most likely.
Yeah, if it was my parents' karma, well, it molded me to be the person that I am.
And look at what you are today.
Yeah. So if my karma is going to hit my kids, I pray they are as strong as I am.
I pray so too. Dude, you know you've got so many stories about you that I think we need to do part 2, but we ran out of time. Dude, is there any question? We ask our guests this before we let them go. Is there any question that you would like me to ask or you thought I was going to ask but I haven't asked?
Well, I think you just asked everything pretty much. Yeah, I never thought it was going to be this interesting.
Serious, eh? Yeah, I didn't think so as well. I like being with my partner Elson and the nigga. Well, he had work today, and you gotta secure the bag.
Yeah,
so,
true.
I respect that. I respect that. But I miss him on the show though. Like, don't tell him I said that.
But basically, I love to have conversations. Most people who actually, even like away from the mic and the cameras.
Yeah.
Whenever we link up and we have a conversation, it just doesn't. It's not ever a hi, hello, and we move.
Yeah, true.
I love to have conversation. Yeah. And well, I've really enjoyed this.
You remind me of will.i.am, the artist in America.
Yeah.
He is one of the celebrities known that when you stop him at the mall, he's not gonna just say hi.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna buy you a cup of coffee and you're gonna sit down and talk. Everything you wanted to talk to about will.i.am with, like, you're gonna have that conversation. And I think I get that vibe from you as well whenever we meet. So you're a good fella.
Away from just having, thank you first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm a very good guy. I also learn a lot, especially where my art is concerned. Sometimes I even talk to some people who are going through stuff. I want them to come to me and talk to me about things, because I feel like everybody needs somebody to talk to. And also everything concerning my art is derived from people's situations. Everything that goes on around us is what inspires my art. I have not put a whole lot of real life situations in my music. I have, but I haven't just put out the most of that music. Yeah. But I feel like that's where I get most of the inspiration from. It's from talking to people and understanding their situations and looking at things from a different angle.
Right.
The same way, if I apply it in art, I have to deliver that, whatever that person is going through, a different way than, unlike the way another artist did.
Right.
So even when somebody comes to talk to me, I want to be very logical at the same time, giving them, try to give them a different way to approach a situation, unlike the way everybody handles it.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's nothing that hasn't been done in this world.
Yeah, true.
But at the end of the day, the solutions need to vary depending on your life. Because the fact that everything has been done doesn't mean a you has lived before.
Dude, judging by how this episode has gone, would you have a chat with Xaven to, consider coming on the podcast?
Yeah.
Every time I talk to her, she refers me to her PA, who will say, okay, let's see how our schedule is. 2 weeks ago, we even had this planned out. Like, we even set up. I even sent them photos saying, look, guys, we've spent money, we've set up, and they just didn't show up.
Okay, yeah, I will
You
have
talk
this.
to her. You tell her we don't talk about very sensitive stuff. Maybe she's scared that we attack people on this podcast. But I mean, look at how we flow today.
No. I would say she has really been very busy, and some things I remember I was actually, I think it was on the same day that we were supposed to come and do it, on one of these Sundays. Yeah. It's been hectic.
Till the next episode,
I'll put in some good
please
word
put in a
for
good
you.
word for us.
Yeah, for the biggest female artist in Zambia.
You guys already make a good couple, and I know you're gonna be. Dude, you should propose soon, man.
my influencer, anywhere I'm bio.
Wanted to Patik Shai. Already we're looking at a guy who's getting married soon and we're like, oh, on purpose.
That's it.
I know. Remember to click the subscribe button. We need your subscriptions. The bigger the numbers we have in terms of subscribers, the more we're seen by our potential guests as a big channel that's worth coming to. And also advertisers look at our numbers. I mean, we need to support our staff here. We need to pay them through the numbers that you give us. So the more subscribers we get, the better chance we have of, paying our staff as well. And Elson and I mean, we also need to get paid. We're putting in work. Till the next episode, have a lovely day.
Dun 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 dun.